Brickhead Boy Toy Reviews here. Today I'll be looking at a mock from Rebrickable, the C1 Ariete main battle tank from Italy. It has 894 pieces, and I had most of the pieces already in my inventory. I just grabbed them, and whatever I needed, I went on Breaklink, so I really didn't spend much, only $50, but if you need all the pieces, probably way more you're going to spend. I do not have the single wide track links that's required for this build. I will substitute those with double wide Brickmania for now, and I know Brickmanias don't work so well, but I will also have some stickers on this build and a couple of minifigures, so let's go ahead and get the build started. And here's the Rebrickable Ariete, almost complete. So let's go through the flaws before I try to complete this. So number one, these machine guns right here. Instructions call for these to be inserted, but it won't go, so I'm gonna have to use a substitute piece. Same with the other gun, same thing, and nope. I mean, it'll stay like that. And also too, quite a gap here, and that's how the instructions were, so I might try to fix it. Another thing too is this thing's supposed to be on top, but you know, it goes down and this slides freely or rotates freely. It's not supposed to, so gonna try to fix that part. And the most flawed right here are the tracks. You cannot put the tracks. So as you can see, here's the wheel, and there is no clearance for track on there. On the back, there is. So here, there's barely enough clearance, but it still works. On the front, I'm gonna have to fix that. And right now, there's no possible way to put the tracks. So let me try to mod whatever's necessary, not deviating too much from the original, and let's continue on. So with this piece being the machine gun, I'm just gonna use these for both of them. Easy fix. So I took the barrel apart, and one thing to note in the instructions are these are the light bluish gray, which are fine. There's that color, but it does not work with inserting the rod or this piece. So you need to use the black one instead. Inside the barrel, these are the pieces used. I'm just substitute these with these pieces. So this section here does not rotate anymore. It stays. However, this stud here does rotate. I'm gonna have to find a way to fix that. So I'm replacing these two pieces with these three pieces. So now they won't rotate. Pretty sturdy. That's a good fix for the cannon. So with the turret's front slope, I made quite adjustments, and the instructions were right. I just had to adjust these hinges slightly inward so they're an angle and there's less gap. I mean, a little bit still, but not as obvious. Last but not least, the biggest flaw of this build is right here, and I got that fixed. So this is the old assembly where this was here and the wheel was touching this plate. Now I used one of these modified plate pieces and moved it down. So what I ended up doing was quite a bit. This whole 8x16 plate was forward here. I had to push it back, use this, put these on, and then replace this piece 8x8 with an 8x6. So I had to move this two back, and then it's 6 studs more here. So placement of this, and it's solved. So here's the wheel now, lots of clearance. And also too, since I'm using Brickmania double track, I did make a little bit clearance here. I took off some of the plates and modified this a bit so the track can go through. With the Lego single track put together, you wouldn't need to take that off, but since I'm using Brickmania, I decided to. So now here's the track, and putting the side skirts on, it won't really rotate, but for now it does. So now let's take a look at the tank. And here is the tank complete. So now let's test out the track, and Brickmania tracks, they do not really roll, but Lego they will, I guarantee you. So what can I say? It looks really good, Rebrickable. And of course I have one sticker on this. I will put more stickers after this initial 360 view. And just to mention that I really don't have many light bluish gray tanks, so for me this is kind of special. This is probably my third light bluish gray tank. And take a look at the details. We have Italian flag colors here, couple headlights. You have your smoke dispensers on each side, and you have vents here. Cool. Vents there. Very nice. Another thing of Italian flag here. And you have your rear lights. Not sure what these are. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments. Your side skirts, and then, of course, your turret. So you do use a couple of these. These are pretty hard to find, these two pieces. They are the translucent black, so not in many sets. And I really like the sloping on the front. It looks very good. Couple antennas, and you have a place to put stuff on top. Forgot to mention too, this is as Lego purist as you can get, with the exception of the Brickmania track links. This uses all Lego pieces, no third-party anything, no modified pieces. So if you were to use a single wide track, double them up, all Lego. So that being said, your machine guns are made custom with Lego pieces. So you got a couple hatches that open and close. And if you look inside, it's kind of deep because you can see the interior. And by the way, there's that round 6x6 piece. It's supposed to be white, but I only had a light bluish gray, so not really that drastic of looks. Let's test out the cannon. Can it go up? Yeah, it can go really high up. And can it go down? Barely. Turret, can it rotate? So it's getting stuck somewhere. Yes, it's a little rocky, but it can rotate a 360. So let's go ahead and dissect this tank. First off, you saw the side skirts can come off pretty easy. I think that's really good. Side. And the turret is really fragile. So when I was building this, I'd be very careful. So you can see how it's built. And there's your inside. You can see how fragile it is. Very nice technique. However, it is, like I said, fragile, and the front is held by 2 studs and the back is held by 2 studs. So this is what I'm talking about. It's just held like that. And the back, the whole entire back turret is held by this. And it's cool though. You have a place for your minifig pretty much anywhere on this platform. Just a little flaw I want to point out, like this part here, you hold it wrong and it'll fall apart. So I'm going to reinforce this by simply putting a brick there, and when you press down, that won't happen. So that needs to be fixed. Also to this turntable, kind of hard putting this plate piece, this round plate piece. So all I'm going to do is substitute that turntable with this white modified tile. So that being there, now I had to move this tile piece out of the way because that sticks out, but that's okay. So I replaced this turntable with this piece. And now let's just dig through the interior. So you have this open room here, and you can open the front. Front opens up, and you do have a place for your driver and a hatch too. I like how this works. So you just pop this up and it turns. Also, you have a somewhat of an access going back to this section, and you have, not sure what those are. In the comments, please let me know, but it's kind of a wasted potential because you don't see this. You got to remove this piece, but good little detail on there. I like that. So I'm just going to pry this down out and try to open this. So here is your engine, and as you saw in the review or the build, I could not get this in, so I had to replace that one 2x2 round brick for 2 tiles instead, and now it fits. So let's see if a minifigure fits here. But before that, let's take a look at my minifigs. I got 2 of them, and I got a couple pizza and a pizza box and some stickered pieces. So I'm going to replace those tiles with these stickered ones. So let's put your minifig in without the vest. And look, he does fit, and he even has a hat. So now I got my tank manned, locked, and loaded. So I like the looks of the Brickmania one. I like the shaping on it better. I think it has more details too. However, Rebrickable has more play features. There's an engine. You can open the compartment for the driver. And just the way the interior of the turret is. Very nice design. So can't really have both. You have one for good looks here, and one that looks decent but also has a good interior as well. So 2 awesome tanks. Let's conclude this review. So this tank was really fun to build. Nice techniques on the interior and the turret. So very enjoyable. There are, like I mentioned in the video and showing you, the flaws, which are very minimal. So if you've seen this video, you know what to do if you decide to buy the instructions and build this. So Rebrickable, the designer is Simon Lavisa 01, and instructions are $10, and I think it's worth it to download the instructions. You get the instructions and you get the brick link. Actually, on Rebrickable, you could already upload the file on Bricklink, so you're already going to know what pieces you need. So I already got the pieces for this, and I got the instructions last. So again, a very cool tank. You fix the flaws, and this thing is awesome. It's Brickhead Boy. Thanks for watching.